Make sure that you squish this right into the center hard. And then cone like usual. Get it stuck onto the bat, center it, and then squeeze up. Alright. It's looking nice. So just like normal, you're going to center the piece, and then you're going to do the karate chop on the top. And remember, it's just your flabby part of your hand over the center of the clay, and you're just pressing down at the top as well as pushing with this hand and that part of your hand, the bottom part of your left hand, or your, what is it called? Your non-dominant hand. And just push down. There's like one little knuckle down there that goes to your pinky finger at the very end. That's where you're going to push down on the clay. So I'm going to go faster, and that's where I'm pushing down and pushing. When you make a plate, you want this, oh, what do you want to call it, flan shape, to be wider than it is tall. Remember when you were making cups, you wanted it to be at least twice as wide as it was tall. For this, you want it to be 3 to 4 times wider than tall when you start, okay? So just make it flatter when you're doing this part. So you want a 1/2 inch. I have like 3/8 of an inch, which I don't know if that's going to be good. 3/8 is like as shallow as you want it. Like with all objects, if this part of your object, the inside, is too low and you glaze that part, it's going to stick to the kiln shelf. So make sure that you make it high enough that when it glazes, it doesn't get stuck. All right. Add some water. Put your knuckle of your wrist back in there and start pulling. And if you need to, add some water. This is when the sponge water technique is really useful, because then you can just keep going. Alright, once it's kind of like wide, like so, that's when you're going to start perfecting the shape. And like I just told you, I want mine to be more of a wide bowl shape, so I'm just going to try and make this as round as possible. But some of you might want to have like it come up a little and then have a, I don't know what that part of the plate is called, lip, I guess, that's kind of stuck out. So I'll try and show you both. I'll show you the round plate first. So what you're going to do, get your index finger under the clay, and you're going to push in, and keep your left hand or your non-dominant fingers in the inside, like that, okay? So you're pushing with a sponge or with just your finger on the outside. And then you're gonna pull this up just like a plate, or just like a cylinder. So then you're just gonna put a little pressure. Remember that S shape that the clay follows when you throw? You're just gonna pull straight up. And try and keep the space between your fingers the same and the pressure the same. And remember, there's always a little less pressure at the top. And you're just going to make the rim nice by recompressing it. Just let it spin around. And then you're going to see if you need to do more. I'm going to do a tiny bit more. And there we go. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start flattening it out. So and doing the bottom and making it look pretty. Okay, so I can either kind of just press out here and let it be, right? There's a nice little shape going on there. Or what I can do is I can push here and get more of the saucer shape. Kind of the bowl shape. Cut underneath the lip, down into the bat, like that. And what this is doing is it's just like decreasing the amount of clay you have down there. And then once this guy is dry, I will show you guys how to trim it. The very last thing to do is to cut this off.